One way, that's Monday through Sunday. We only live in one way, man. It's Monday through Sunday. We're trying to get some cash from Monday through Sunday as well, man. We got our guy here, Andy, was the prop guy, my guy at Bump Sports on Twitter, man, from Wager Talk. What's up with you, Andy, my guy? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, not much. It was interesting. Because I told Josh, like, I think this is a pretty tough card, and you were like, no, I like some stuff. So this will be fun. You're very, very confident in it. I've got some leans, but only a couple things I'm truly confident about. So this will be a good back and forth here.
Yeah, things have been starting to go a little bit better, man. We're starting to see the NBA real clearly. Now I do think it's time for the sharps. It's the time for the sharps here, man. Some of the super easy spots probably not going to be hidden anymore, man. But let's get to this cash here, Andy. Love doing shows with you. Love hearing you talking some props as well, because obviously we don't talk a ton of props on this show. So I'm sure the prop guys in the chat love Tuesdays when you come on. But let's get straight into it, right? It's all business. Here, obviously, guys, it's $2 Tuesday over there at Wager Talk. You don't need a promo code for that. Every single Tuesday, it's $2 Tuesday. You get top plays for only $2. Couldn't talk you off of that, my guys. Let's get over here to the streets of Philadelphia here, Andy, where we got a lot going on. Really, I actually see this line going down to 12. I'm not sure if something's going on or whatever. I really don't care, to be honest. I mean, we know a ton of shit's going on with the Pistons right now. No Bogdanovich, no Jalen Duren as well, so they don't have a ton of guys down low. I'd like to say maybe some Isaiah Stewart rebounds. He's really the only type of center that they have out there somewhat. He's 6'9", but you do probably get Embiid coming back here, right, Andy? He went through shoot around. PJ Tucker as well, so they're probably full squad here. What are you thinking about this game? And you got any other injury info here for us?
Well, they're being pretty coy with the props. I only see a couple out right now, so I'm going to just do my best and guess here. If Joel Embiid plays, I actually think you might be able to look at some unders for some of the other players, like Tobias Harris could be an under, just because there's going to be a lot more stats going through Joel Embiid. It's going to be really hard to not go with the perimeter players of Philly, just with how bad the Detroit perimeter is. It's the worst defensive perimeter in the league. That being said, it's kind of tough with this Philly team, because is it going to be Maxey? Is it going to be Harden? Like, which one of them is going to go, ballistic here? You mentioned Bogdanovich being out. I see a couple props here. Isaiah Stewart, 13.5 points. I'm not a big fan of his game, but Killian Hayes at 14.5 points, just by hook or by crook, he's like just pure opportunity. He's going to be the only one out there. So
Hayes can ball sometimes, Andy. He can ball sometimes, man.
Yeah, sometimes against.
He's picked it up since early season. Early season, he was certified ass. He's kind of start to pick it up, man.
Yeah, I mean, kind of has to. It's like, Killian, you have to play and you have to score. So I don't know. This game, until we get real clarity on some of the injuries at this point, is a stay away. There's a bunch of leans here. I did see, and this is just, I have to tell you, this is so funny. Someone on Twitter was saying, like, just take PJ Tucker under 3.5 points every game. And then if he does hit a 3-pointer, you just keep live betting his under total, because he's so bad at scoring and just doesn't do it. So the guy's like, I promise you, if you just bet him under 3 points, then if he hits a 3-pointer, just start live betting him. I got a kick out of it because, yes, PJ Tucker doesn't score. Now I'm waiting on this one. No way I'm going to play the Pistons plus the points, but got to see what happens with Joel Embiid and some of these other injuries.
Yeah, I love my guy PJ Tucker, but his time is past. I don't think there's a ton of tread left on those tires. Maybe they should just try to save him, be fresh for the playoffs here. I'll be honest, I don't like this spot here, guys. I know Embiid is. Let's see. Did I see some saying that this was the other day. Yeah, he went through shoot around. He should be back today, right? Embiid for sure, right? I don't like this spot here. I think that Embiid might come back and mess things up. I'm not playing this game, but I'll be honest, it'd be nice if they could at least get Duren out there, right? At least another big body. He's really the only center on the team. They're without Bogdanovich, their best player by far. I don't like this game, man. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't like this game. It does feel funny to me. A lot of people are going to hop on Sixers here thinking it's easy. This Pistons team is scrappy, guys. They're a really scrappy bunch. They don't really have a center, and Embiid is probably going to take them some time to get used to him back in the lineup as well. They're going to feed him the ball a ton. He might even be a little rusty. if I had a play in this game, I'd still take the Pistons plus the 13.5. I'm not looking towards the Sixers here. That's just me, though, guys. I'm not betting it, so take it for what it's worth. But that's it for me. Like, Andy can't even really talk about props here because they don't really have a ton out here. Let's go ahead and get to the next game, man. Some more interesting games on the card here. Let's go over to the streets of Toronto here. We have the Raptors here at the house, laying 7.5/8 points versus the Hornets here, right? Andy, the Hornets are starting to play a lot better. Well, at least for the past couple games. We know that they smoked the Bucks. They came out there well versus Indiana as well, even though they ended up losing that game. It was a really tight game, and the Pacers basically had to do everything just to win that game by 5. So I'll be honest, I'm not so in a hurry to bet against the Hornets as I was maybe a few weeks ago, where it was like running the bet against them. But what do you think about this one? Any props you'd like to look at here, Andy?
Yeah, anytime you're talking the Charlotte Hornets, you have to look at the opposing team's center. Portman does his best. He's actually getting some really gives up, way too many stats to the opposing center. Points prop for Pascal Siakam is 25. It's a bit high, but he's coming off a 27-point game against Portland. A couple games before that, he went under. That's against the New York Knicks, who have some big bodies they can throw at him, and then Milwaukee with Defensive Player of the Year, Brook Lopez. It's always tough to get points against Brook Lopez. But then you look, 26 against Indiana, 26 against Phoenix. I think those teams are a little bit better inside. So I'm looking at Pascal Siakam. And then I just keep going back to LaMelo Ball. I keep playing his points, rebounds, and assists. He's a guy that's going to be out there a ton. He's going to be shooting a lot of three-point shots. And if the three-point shot is falling for him, I mean, he can get into the high 20s, which will easily cement the points, rebounds, and assists. The Raptors still have not fixed their defensive woes, so other teams are putting up some pretty good some pretty good stats against them. It does differ from night to night. Like with Toronto, I can't just point at one position and say, oh, they're bad against centers, or oh, they're bad against power forwards. It kind of differs from night to night. But LaMelo's been playing good. I like the way he pads the stat sheet. This could be a high-scoring game, too. So Siakam over and LaMelo Ball over. The books have gotten onto the Mason Plumlee rebounds. They put it up at 10.5, unfortunately. We were getting some nice run out of the Mason Plumlee rebounds, but books have caught up. So look at Siakam and Ball.
You don't still think that Plumlee can get there with him being well, he's not the only center on the team. They got some other guys coming off the bench as well. But I know without Oubre starting and they don't have Hayward as well, they could Plumlee's probably stealing some rebounds out there. What do you think? I know what you're saying. He was probably cashing a ton, like at 7.5, 8.5. At the 10.5, you still don't like it? You don't like it here?
No, he's a walking foul trouble waiting to happen. Now he's had 13 and 15 his last 2 games, but against Memphis, he had 10 rebounds. That's a really good game. But the books put it at 10.5. He also had 14 rebounds against the Lakers. They stink inside. But then before that, 10 rebounds and 9 rebounds. So he's just dancing around it. And with these props, I don't throw out a ton of props to play. We just play what we're very, very confident in. And inside, Siakam's a nightmare for guys like Plumlee. You could get a couple quick fouls, and all of a sudden his minutes have come down. So I'm staying away from Plumlee tonight, though.
Yeah, that's a good look. I like your style, Andy. I only go with the top looks that I like as well. We're not really, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can go with some leans and shit like that you're not super confident on. If you don't win, don't be surprised. I like to go with stuff. I'm like, this shit finna cash, man. But Hornets, like I say, Pascal in 2 road games as well. They've played out of their minds, man. We know that their offense is a lot more fluent than the Raptors' offense. Raptors are more of a defensive team, and they have to find their offense. They basically have to get offense off of turnovers and defense, turn it into offense. So the Hornets, they're all offense and basically no defense as well. I'm not sure what to do with this game. I'm not betting it. I know my guy Ronald texted me this morning. He likes the Hornets team total over here. He was saying I got to find some type of way to get on the Hornets here. He said they've been playing well. They've eclipsed their team total in the past couple games, so couldn't talk them off there. I don't have a strong look on this game though, my guys. Let's get over here to the next one here. Oh boy, let's get to the streets of Miami here. Are we partying down in Miami here, man? We got the Heat. Last night they were laying 4.5. It's down to 2, guys. I agree with it. Andy, did you know this is the Thunder's first game on national TV since 2020? They had Chris Paul back then and the boys. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
I think they're about to turn up. I think this is a turn up spot for the Thunder. I got my umbrella. I'm twirling it around. I'm hopping on the Thunder. We already hopped on them last night, plus the 4.5. You checked out the show. I still like the +2. I like the money line, plus 110, all that shit. I fully believe this is a showcase game for SGA and the boys out there. I think they're finna come ball out. Heat don't have nowhere near enough offense to keep up with this team. Thunder, a really good perimeter defensive team as well. SGA and Giddy going bonkers in this game. I love the Thunder here, Andy. Could you talk me off? And any props? I think we look at SGA props. I think this is a SGA showcase game here.
Oh, with no Bam Adebayo, absolutely. That paint is going to be wide open. SGA is one of the top scorers in the paint. His field goal percentage is incredible. And there's just not too many guys in the league who can keep up with them. And I will guarantee you that without Bam and, Lowry and some of these other guys for Miami, he should have a field day. He should be able to penetrate. Giddy should have a really nice game as well. I would look at SGA. If you really wanted to, I think SGA is going to be able to do so much that his assist could go over. Just with him being able to get inside, it should open up some shooters and everything. So yeah, I'm with you. This is an SGA showcase game. It's 30.5. Butler's still playing, which always gives you a little bit of worry, betting against Jimmy Butler, but not enough weapons for Miami. I'm with you on the Thunder, and I'm with you on a SGA game. And SGA, I have not been playing SGA a whole lot. He kind of dances up and down over his total. Then he'll come in just under his total. But tonight, yeah, fire away on SGA.
I like SGA. I think this is earlier this year we had like a John Morant showcase game. I think this is the SGA breakout showcase game. Him and Giddy. Don't forget about Giddy. Giddy's a walking triple double. That guy's a baller. He can get to the paint as well. He can dish the ball as well and rebound. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for a triple double here. Giddy is a ball. I like what I see from Giddy out there. SGA, Lou Dort, they have a defensive stopper as well to put on Butler. I don't see them have. The Heat. They don't have a center tonight. Well, they probably have Devin. Maybe they start Udonis Haslam or something. What the hell are we doing? Come on, Haslam. You gotta hang it up, bro. You gotta hang it up, man. But no, please start Haslam here. Play him 30, 35 minutes. Please, I'm begging you. I see a lot of people on the Heat today. They probably think it's gonna be easy. And this line looks super short as well. I like the Thunder here, guys. The Heat, they've covered 4-1 against the spread last 5, 6-2 against the spread last 8. They came off the road, off a 5-game road trip, come home, play the Nets like it's a championship style game, end up losing in a heartbreaker, right? This is even more of a letdown. I don't think this team takes the Thunder seriously. That's probably why they're resting Bam here. They're just like, oh, this is a Thunder. We're not getting up to play this team, and it's a Western Coast team as well. Guess what they have? They have 3 Eastern Conference games on deck, 2 versus the Bucks at the house, and then an interdivision game versus the Hawks as well. I guarantee you, they're like, bam, rest up for those. We need you in those. I actually like the Heat in the next game versus the Bucks. I don't like them tonight. Give me the Thunder here, plus the 2, and the money line. I took money line last night, plus 167. I still like it here at plus 110, guys. We rocking with the Thunder here tonight. Let's go over here to the streets of Utah here, Andy. Another great game, right? Donovan Mitchell going back to Utah here. If they've already beat the Jazz once this year in Cleveland, now they're on the road here in Utah. This is where Utah kind of turns up here, Andy. What do you think? Are we looking at some marketing props here, or some Jordan Clarkson props here? What are we doing here?
I like Cleveland team total over 114.5. Utah not going to have a Olynyk tonight. That's a big body in the paint. So look for the bigs of Cleveland to do well. And then once Cleveland gets penetrating going, it's going to leave some of their shooters wide open. They don't play with a lot of pace, but they play with a lot of efficiency. And they have not done really, really well recently scoring, the Cleveland Cavaliers as a team. But one of those games, they did not have Donovan Mitchell. One of those games was a blowout of Phoenix, who everyone's kind of been beating up on Phoenix now recently. So I just think this is a really nice breakout game for Donovan Mitchell. And when I say breakout, he had the 71-point game, but then 2 games after that, 20 and 22 points. It's below his scoring average. What a great opportunity for him to come out of a little bit of a 2-game slide. I think he gets to 30 points. The pace is going to be probably fast to start with. That's how Utah likes to play at home. Cleveland will probably oblige in the second half. It should slow down. But no Olynyk, and the Cleveland offensive efficiency, I don't think is going to be it's going to have too many problems against Utah. Jordan Clarkson is going to be firing away. You could be looking at marking and rebounds, but man, this is a tough team to rebound against. Right. So I can't really pick one person in particular that I like props on. It's 28.5 for Donovan Mitchell. The only reason I'm not playing is it just seems a little too obvious. You ever have one of those plays where you're like, I don't know about this one. But I just think Cleveland as a team has a really, really nice day. Take them over 114.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It's really nice to have Colin Sexton in this game as well. You want those guys that used to play on the Cavs when you go up against them here, man. I'll be honest, I don't like this spot. I know it looks easy to take the Cavs. This is the Jazz role. They do ball out at the house. They play a lot better at the house, and they play a lot better when they're the underdog. When they're playing a top-tier team, they really want to show out. We know Markkanen is going to have some up his sleeve. Clarkson as well going to have some up his sleeve. Now, Conley, I feel like the Jazz here might try to, like, they know that Mitchell is coming in here. Now Mitchell's he's gonna tell his team, look, we want this win, but the Jazz aren't finna go away easy here, guys. I'll be honest, I don't like this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz won this game. That's just how I'm looking at it. Mitchell already had a big game versus the Jazz the first game. Now they're on the road, and I do sense a little something different from the Cavs on the road as well. They're nowhere near as strong as they are at the house. We know these teams like to feed off their home crowd. Like I say, the Cavs, they're only 6-11-2 against the spread. I'm not laying the points with him here. Would I be surprised if the Cavs got it done? No, I wouldn't. The Cavs are the better team, and I'm sure Mitchell is going to, he wants to go back in Utah and win as well, but it's a little bit different when you already faced this team earlier this year and kind of sort of got some revenge versus Utah. So sometimes the star players comes back, and their team wants to show them, you shouldn't have left, guys. So it's a tough game for me. I must say, if I'm betting it, I'm probably taking the Jazz, though. I'm staying off that game. I would lean Jazz plus the 3 at the house. Wouldn't be surprised if Clarkson goes bunkers. He got thrown out in the last game. Wouldn't be surprised if Markkanen goes bunkers as well. Remember, he's auditioning for an all-star role over there, guys, heavily. Every game he wants to go off, and they're feeding him. Let's get over here to the streets of Golden State here, Andy. San Francisco here, if you will. We got the Warriors laying 11/11.5 points. Maybe you checked out the show last night. You could have got 9.5 if you like this spot. I know I took them first half. I know I took them last night, -9.5. Took them first half as well this morning, -6.5 when they came out. It's up to 11.5 here. I think this is going to be a Smack City spot here. I can only look towards the Warriors here. The Suns are in a free fall right here, Andy. Who's playing for the Suns?
It's really bad. Did you see who their leading scorer was in their last game?
I don't even need to know. I just know they don't have any guards out there.
The leading scorer was Dwayne Washington.
Oh God!
Bench point guard came off the bench. That's your leading scorer with 25 points. Boy, how the mighty have fallen. The poor Suns. I mean, think about it at the beginning of the year. Oh, man, you circled this game, huh? Oh, wow, January. You got the Suns and the Warriors, and now it's like, oh, my gosh. I'm looking at Phoenix Suns under 108.5 on their team total. I mean, their offense is so bad. Let's see point totals. 98, 96, 88, 83. 83 points. This team is struggling to get to 100. We have no idea what's going to go on with some of these spots as far as injuries, and we don't know who's playing. Therefore, there are not very many. Props that are out. But I will tell you this, just to show how bad of a free fall they're all. In the last 10 games, Jay, Phoenix has won 1 game. The Spurs have won 3. Mm-hmm. And the Pistons have won 3. So it's just dark times on Phoenix. There's no shot. Even though they're getting that many points, there's no shot I can bet anything with the Suns. They're fade material for me. I might look at their team total under tonight at Golden State.
Yeah. My guy Ronald said the same thing. He likes Suns team total under. I believe it was at 109. This team might not get past 90 points here tonight, guys. I'll be honest. I definitely don't see them getting past 100. I might put a little something on that under team total 109. I see the Warriors smacking these guys, man. This could be a 125 to 100 type of game, in my opinion. I think the Warriors get there by 20 points, man. This is an absolute smoke city spot. When you have double revenge, like, you're not going to let up versus this team or overlook them, right? Not when it's your 7th straight home game. You're coming off 2 losses, and you already got smoked twice already this year versus the Suns. October November 25th in Phoenix, 134 to 105. That's how the score is going to look tonight. 134 to 105. That's what the Suns won. Then November 16th, no revenge for the Warriors in that one. They get smoked once again. Well, they lose by 11, 130 to 119. But this is the revenge spot here. And the Suns laid 1.5 and 2.5 in that game. With the second one, they were 2.5-point underdogs. But here, the lines come all the way up to open up at 9.5, 10. It's pushing to 11, 11.5, 12 now. I still like it, guys. I wouldn't be scared of this line. This is one where the public will probably win here. And they just maybe all the public won't be on it because they just lost 2 in a row with the Warriors versus the Pistons and the Magic. They're like, I don't know if I could touch the Warriors. I took Warriors first half -6.5, and we took them last night -9.5. I'd still play this at 11 or 12. I fully believe this is a 20-point win by the Golden State Warriors here. Double revenge and triple revenge as well. They lost the last meeting from them last year as well, guys. Let's take a trip to Smack City one time for the one time. I like the Warriors here. I wouldn't be surprised if they cast the trifecta spot, but I'm on them first half -6.5, full game -11. That's what my money is on, guys. Steph should be back.
Hey Jay, real quick. I had this game kind of circled. I was going to run this by you. For you same game parlay players, I think this is a really good game to focus on. You can take the Golden State Warriors -3.5. You can take the under for the game, under 239.5. I don't see any scenario which Phoenix helps the game get to that one. And then you can take under 110.5 for the Phoenix Suns total points, and that's an even money bet. So if you believe if you believe that Golden State is going to beat them up and you believe that Phoenix is not going to score that many points, you can use a same game parlay using the Phoenix Suns team total, an alternate spread for the Warriors, and then alternate spread for the total. So wanted to throw that out for same game parlay players.
Yeah, I could not talk you guys off that as well. As long as you're getting that party some around even money or plus money, I couldn't talk you off whatsoever, man. Warriors, first half, full game for me. And I also love that Suns team total under as well. I got to sprinkle at least $100 or some on that. Some they ain't hitting. I don't see them getting past 100, man. I might sell a few points on this shit, man. I like them books where you can sell the points, not just buy the points, man. But it's not as bad as value, man. I hate that, Andy. When you're selling points, they don't give you value. But when you're buying, it's a extra 10 cents or 20 cents. Man, come on, man. That's all right. That's why we finna smack y'all up. Let's go over here to the streets of Portland. Let's go to the streets of Portland. You
just talked yourself into being mad at the bookies there.
Man, I can't stand them, man. They janky, bro. They janky. And they don't like winners. If you go in there bet single games, like just betting one picks and you're winning, they can't stand it. They want you to bet 10-team parlays, man. So just listen to what the books want you to do, guys. And they're telling you what the smart bets are or not. But that's just a little segment right there. Let's go over here to the streets of Portland here, Andy, where you got the Blazers laying 7.5 points up against the Magic. Magic got ran off the floor last night versus the Kings. The Blazers play even better defense than the Kings do, especially when they're at the house. They're coming off a 3-game road trip. They lost every single game here. Why don't we look at Dame and Simons here? What do we look? I know their points probably going to be high here, but I'm not sure who the guards on the Magic are super small. They have their length down low. What are we doing in this one?
I struggle with the Portland sometimes because you got that 3 of Grant and Simons and Lillard, and it's like you might as well just take all 3 of them over their points because 2 of them are going to get there. So if you just play them all over, hopefully you go 2-1, or you could just go Portland over the team total. The Magic were terrible. I mean, just downright terrible. And it's kind of hard to see where their defense would improve. From a back-to-back against the Kings to now against Portland. This is another fast-paced team. I don't know. The Magic are a little bit confusing. You've got Banchero, who, he shows flashes of brilliance, and then last night wasn't very good. Missed some free throws, comes up short on his points prop. They let the Kings pretty much do whatever they want. Harrison Barnes, of all people, has a 30-point game against them. So when I'm looking at this one, I think I would go with Simons just because it's 20.5. I mean, they got Lillard at 28.5. I mean, they're saying you need to get to 30 points. This could be a blowout, Jay. Like, this could be where the Orlando's so bad that a lot of Trailblazers have really good points, and all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, Damian Lillard has 26 points and he's resting because they're up 23 points. I get nervous about these big totals when there's a blowout potential. So I look at Simons 20.5. Jeremy Grant points, I believe, is 20.5. So I would lean to those. It's just an inflated number on Lillard. It worries me. Could he go for 35? Of course. I would look to Simons. I would look to Grant. But more importantly, I think I'd look to Portland to comfortably win and probably go over their team total.
Exactly. I know my guy Shark liking the Blazers here as well, man. My guy in the chat saying that they 6-0 against the spread last 6 games at the house, man. They do ball out. This is only their 3rd game at home for in the last 10 games. You know what I'm saying? They've been on the road a ton here. Now I'm pretty sure they couldn't wait to get back home, the friendly confines of Portland up there. They're probably ready to smack this Magic team up. They got smacked last night. Remember, they're playing these super late night games, guys. When you're on the East Coast, you're playing early games. When you're on the West Coast, you're playing late night games. They're starting late and they're ending late, guys. And you got to do interviews and all this other BS after the game and then fly out on a back-to-back. I don't want the Magic here, guys. I don't want them. I know the Blazers have been struggling, but this is what they need to come back home or whatever and get right behind their home crowd. Obviously, they play a lot better at the house. I could only look towards the Blazers here. I think that the Magic probably going to bottom out on this road trip, guys. So I can only look toward. Remember, I don't like the East Coast teams on the West Coast, so I could only look towards the Blazers here. Heavily lean to the Blazers -7.5, -8 there. Last game up here, Andy. Oh man, no one's gonna like this game. We got the Clippers here going up against the Mavs here, guys. This line was at 4 last night. Why the hell did the Clippers open up as a 4-point favorite, man? They're on a 6-game losing streak, playing terrible right now. The Mavs as well. I believe they won 8 of their last 10 games, and they come in this game. They come in this game as a 4-point underdogs. It's all the way down to 1/1.5. Luka hadn't been ruled in yet, but I can't guarantee you, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to play. The last game was basically just a rest day, right? Versus OKC. No one respects OKC these days, man. But the Mavs here on the road versus the Clippers here. Andy, how you looking at this? What props we like here?
Clippers. I love the Clippers. I think the Mavs, Jay, are fraudulent. I don't believe in them. Let's take a look at this winning streak that they have. Okay, let's see how truly impressive this winning streak is. All right, so they lose to the Timberwolves, and they beat them in a back-to-back. No Karl Anthony Towns. Then they rip off wins against the Rockets, the Lakers, the Knicks that they needed overtime, the Rockets again, the Spurs, the Rockets again. Then they get boat raced by Boston. They beat New Orleans, who's down, everybody. And then they lose by 11 to Oklahoma City on the road. They've got a little bit of a road trip here. I don't buy the Mavericks. They have no depth. It's Luka, and then it's just a lot of nothing. And they've got some injuries. And if Hardaway is not hitting his threes, that offense is just terrible. And like you said, Luka's not a sure thing to play. But you would think that he's playing. I know Paul George is out, but I don't buy this Mavericks team. I think they're a fade. And they've got some games coming up where they could easily go on a little bit of a losing streak here. They're going to Clippers. They got at Lakers, and they got 2 games at Portland. They've got Atlanta. They've got Miami. They got the Clippers again. I don't buy them. I don't buy them. I think January is going to be a little bit of a tough month for them, as I don't believe in their depth.
You know what? I guess I am still really a fan, man, because it kind of pains me on the inside hearing you talking so bad about my Mavs, man.
Sorry,
but it kind of pains. But I agree with you. Don't get it twisted. I agree with you. And I always say, guys, even if you're a fan of a team, know when to buy them, know when to fade them, man. I get tired of these fanboys coming to chat, hear me talking stuff about their team or we fade them, and they get mad. Man, you got to know your team better than anybody. And so while I'm not in Dallas anymore, I do still follow the Mavs very closely. This is not the same team of last year. It is Luka and the rest of the boys. And this is your backup point guard, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dinwiddie. That's why they were so different last year, because teams could double team Luka, and then they had a whole nother point guard, a floor general in Jalen Brunson. They're really missing him, man. I didn't think that we are going to miss him this much. Like, man, we don't need this little short ass, man. We don't need his dad. Then the season gets started, I'm like, oh, damn, man. Hey, Brunson, hey, bro, we got $300 million for you over here, man. But but you said it. The depth is really taking a hit right now. Mainly Dorian Finney-Smith, their best perimeter defender by far. Josh Green as well. He was a great guy coming off the bench, playing some good defense, and could actually score some points for as well. Maxi Kleber, one of their centers as well. So it's Luka and the boys right now. Reggie Bullock, man, God, this guy What are you doing? This guy's a shell of himself. He was hitting threes like crazy last year. He is one of the better defenders, so they have to have him out there. But if he's not hitting threes, I mean, one game he played like 25 minutes, didn't have a single point. He's 0 points, literally, man. At that point, you're useless out there, even if you are playing good defense. This is an offensive league these days. If you can't score points, you're not going to win. You take a look at the Clippers side here, they're in need of a win in the worst way. 6 straight losses. You look at the game versus the Hawks, they came out bad, but they still found something in the second half. This team has to play faster on offense, man. So I like what I saw from them in the second half of their game versus the Hawks. They almost came back and won it. They took the lead, then ran out of gas. Hawks just had too much offense for them here, but I don't think that the Mavs here have too much offense for them. I think the Clippers can match up well with them. I want to take Clippers. I'm finna go get a haircut right after this show. I'm pretty sure it's not one of my main plays of the day, guys, but I'm taking Clippers -1. I have to. I feel like this is a get right spot. I trust the bookmakers as well with this -4. They know that Luka's playing. They still open it up at 4. I think a lot of money has come on the Mavs bringing this down. I think the books are going to eat on this game. I like the Clippers in this one. It was already preordained me getting a haircut today on Tuesday. Then we do the show last night. My guy Shari liked the Clippers. I'm looking deeper at the game. Like, I already got to get a fade. I like the Clippers here, guys. No one will like it, but those are the plays that cashes, man. We rocking with the Clips in this one, -1. You dig what I'm saying, Andy? You got anything else on this one before we get out of here, my brother?
No, just that I like the Clippers to win, and I just think the Mavs are a little bit of a fade. The other thing about obviously Dallas is very much missing Brunson, as you know, but boy, he's been so good to the Knicks. It's been such a good addition.
Man,
I underrated
forget that.
him. I really did. I did not think he was going to be this good. I didn't think he was as good as he is. I swung and missed on Jalen Brunson for sure.
Yeah, and the Knicks still certified ass as well. How you was up 17 points versus the Bucks? You done lost 5 straight games versus the Bucks, and then you still end up losing that game. Forget you, Brunson. Now I'm glad your ass over there. Now take your ass to cold ass New York. Now we don't mention Brunson over here, man. That's what my guy Josh Green said in the interview earlier. He said we don't mention Brunson around here, man. I dig it.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, no, they don't like. They hate Brunson. He said we don't mention that name around here. You know what?
Wow.
I muted the guy's name on Twitter. I don't even want to see the guy's name, man. But let's get to some picks here, Andy, man. We're not discussing a little short motherfucker, man. Let's get to some picks here, my guy. Obviously, it's $2 Tuesday over at Wager Talk, my guys. It's not Andy today. I'm not even sure who it is, but they always have a great. It's always a top play over there at Wager Talk for the $2 Tuesday. Go check him out. Go check out my guy Andy as well. Andy, what do you have going over at Wager Talk? I know you got some NFL picks and what you're liking on tonight's card, my brother.
Yeah, NFL picks. We're waiting for a couple more we're waiting for the props to come out for NFL weekend. Once they're up, they're going to be up. We had a really, really good weekend in NFL. Once again, we've ended the NFL season very, very strong. Last 6 to 8 weeks have been really, really good for us. Actually, I do know the $2 Tuesday is actually Dave Koken. He's got a 5% NFL play. It's his birthday, so Smoking Dave is your $2 Tuesday guy.
No, I call him Smoking Koken.
Yeah, Smoking Dave. Yeah, Smoking Koken. Yeah, good dude. NBA plays will be up. I know this is an NBA show, but I gotta brag. Golf started. You know, I'm a huge golf handicapper. 5.5 units over the weekend. So
okay.
You don't have to watch golf to make money off of it. I'll watch it and I'll give you the plays. All you got to do is play them. But yeah, look forward to a really, really good, profitable NFL weekend again. We crushed last year's wild card weekend game, so I expect that again. So all that's at wagertalk.com. We mentioned him, Jay, for best bet. I'm going with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 30.5 points. The biggest thing to this is just Adebayo, not in there to control the paint. SGA, one of the best at getting to the rim and getting those short mid-range shots. Without Adebayo, I just don't see. I don't see Dedmon and Haslam controlling the paint. He should be licking his chops. You're right about Josh Giddey. Giddey probably gets over his point total as well. Showcase game. SGA finally gets a chance to show off. Like I mean, this poor guy he should be a household name. He's so good, but nobody outside of the NBA community really knows who he is. He should put on a show tonight. Give me SGA.
I'm right there with you, man. I think that's a really good play over 30 and a half. He's going for 30 he's going for 35 in his sleep tonight. SGA is already unstoppable. Now you don't really have paint presence guys down there. We talked about it last night. If Adebayo's not in this game, man, he might go for 40 in this game. The SGA, we don't need to talk about it anymore, man. SGA showcase game. Give me the Thunder here. We took it last night, plus the 4.5 for people that couldn't catch the show. I still like the +2. I don't think it's nice that they're catching points here, but I'll take Thunder on the money line. I fully believe that they win this game by double digits, guys. This is a kind of a throwaway game for the Heat, in my opinion. It's nothing guaranteed, but I will take the Thunder here in their first national TV game since I believe September of something like that of 2020, man. It's been a while. It's 2020 for sure, but they hadn't played on there forever. They've been disrespected. Teams are still disrespecting them. I like this Thunder team. I like where they're going as well. Even guys like Trey Mann coming off the bench. Lindy Waters are third, man. They have 2 Jalen Williams on the team, guys. Jalen Williams squared. You dig what I'm saying? I like the Thunder. I really like the Thunder today, guys. Plus the 2 money line plus 110. We hopped on last night. I'm also taking the Clippers minus the 1, and we hopped on the Warriors as well minus 6.5. And I'll take the minus 11 as well with you guys. I think the Warriors going to cash a trifecta spot. I think they're going to smoke the Suns, and I like the Suns team total under as well. My guy in the chat says he took the alternate under 102.5 team total for the Suns at plus 240.
Wow.
I gotta find that somewhere. Let's just put it that way. I gotta find that. So yeah, for me, guys, Thunder. Warriors first half full game, Clippers as well, and I also couldn't talk you off Suns alternate team total under and no. And guys, that's the show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you'd like to get a shirt, guys, 50% off shirts. Use promo code We Will Win over at the site jmoneyismoney.com. I call them the good luck shirts, man. Put the shirts on and get this cash, man. Let's take these the bookies to Smack City. We will win, my guys. It's us against the books. You're not competing up against us. You're competing against whoever you're betting your plays against, guys. Go check us out, wagertalk.com. My guy Andy Lane, golf plays, NASCAR whenever that's up, NFL, NBA as well, and Smoking Coke and Dave Coken has a 5% play over there for $2, my guys. If you want to check us out, go check us out, my brothers. We out, man. Let's get this cash. We will win, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share the show. We out.